the stream so you can choose a suit. Are we gonna include the top line? Because it's top line next. But the top line is literally just original suit, the main suit, and then the new 52. So maybe you can choose between new 52 and the lowest line of. So the option on the lowest line.
Isn't that Superman's love interest?
Wait, what?
Lowest line.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Is this going to be all night? Is it just going to be this kind of... Oh, you've been watching too much Supergirl. Your sense of humor's taken an absolute blow to the head.
Ouch.
Okay, your choices are Zura and R, the Justice League 3000 Batman skin, or the new 52.
Justice League 3000 or new 52.
Or the main suit from the game.
Oh my god, new 52's arms.
Yeah, he is. He's a bulky boy.
Let's put that on, actually.
Alright. And which Batmobile to complement the new 52?
To complement new 52.
Prototype. The yellow and blue. Rocksteady. Robin, or for some reason Riddler. Are we going to save Riddler for when we do the Riddle shit?
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
1966. I think, actually, maybe the prototype one. It's
Yeah,
the only
prototype.
really grey one, and New 52 was kind of a reboot, so why not? What did we say we were going to talk about, Bradley?
Well, now that I've finally seen all the...
You've finally seen all of the Batman movies.
Yeah. So there's that. Also,
I don't know if we've mentioned it on the stream in the last couple of weeks, whether that we were thinking about talking about like Batman movies because we're playing Batman.
Yeah.
But someone hadn't seen Lego Batman.
Yeah. I don't know why you haven't seen it yet, but
You're on thin ice. Very, very thin ice, boy. Oh, look, my Batmobile. Oh yeah, shit. The main one is that Bradley started The Last of Us Part 2.
yes.
So
yes.
spoilers for the first hour, maybe 2 hours of that game, and because this is going to be somewhat therapy because Bradley hates me now, which is why he's given me all of the bad jokes to terrorize me with. This has been his revenge with me all week. He's just been dropping little indictments.
Wait. Oh yeah, something else I thought was, which is just kind of a spitball, and I suppose I should have mentioned this before we started the stream. But what do you think of the idea of like trying to rank the Last of Us show episodes?
Yeah, we could definitely do that. Let me get up a list so I can see them. And we can definitely do that. I can't believe, especially as I'd been fucking listening to all our old stuff, mainly to find out what was in each episode to write actual descriptions. But I didn't think of that, because that's something we basically did nothing but rank and list.
Yeah.
So yes, let me come on, where's the big band? What the fuck? The Flash, the final season?
What?
The final season's on Now TV.
Wait, really? It's done?
Oh no. Season 8, season 9. Oh, episode 1. Oh my god, my guy.
Oh my
I could watch the final season of The Flash live. Well, not live, but you know,
lovely.
like. Well, so can you if you still got Now TV.
I mean, yeah, but I'm all the way back in season 3.
Well, I mean, shit, yeah.
I'd have to binge this shit out of. out of like
Well, I mean
6 seasons just to get there.
that is my preferred way of doing it. Hang on, let me. I can't believe Harley Quinn isn't on here, even though it says it's an exclusive. But fucking
There's a Harley Quinn show.
a moment of silence for Bradley.
Okay, I see.
Sorry, I'm being really rude tonight. I'm just slagging you off for no reason.
I mean, I have hit you with rather foul zingers.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I mean, but
I think for once it's earned.
yeah, okay, fair enough. For once, my rudeness is earned. That's a one. Okay, so we've got episode 1 when you're lost in the darkness. Oh, wait, what do you want to do first? Do you want to start off doing a little bit of the CW recap, because I realise we always leave that to the end, and normally we're both tired and fed up by that point. So we could do the CW quite quickly at the start, just give us a quick
Yeah.
recap of the stupid shit. Then we can do, as you said, the Last of Us show rankings, and then we'll finish up with some therapy where we're feeling a bit emotional and tired. Anyway, so it will work. And in the
Yeah.
meantime, I will just continue to. Oh, have I shown you this actually? This is the progression wheel.
The progression wheel?
Overall
Oh, what the
progress
hexagon thingies? Oh, yeah.
65.4%.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. So you can see how I'm doing.
Wow, already 65.4%.
Yeah. Oh, and then there's the additional DLC shit where I'm 62% through.
Huh.
So I'm not doing too badly. Oh, previously on last episode, Penguins got Nightwing because the Bat family
Oh,
can't do shit on their
yes.
own in this universe. Riddler's got a challenge. I'll probably just end up doing some towers, some mines, and other shit as I move around the map. I've only got one more screaming thing to find. Hmm. Um. Oh yeah, that's a one and done. So I'll get a couple skill points for that. I think I'm just gonna move around the map based on location. So tell us, Bradley, what weird shit's been going on in the good old CW verse?
CW. Well, as regards Arrow,
Yes.
um,
What the fuck? Why have we got 3 people watching this? That's not right.
are you watching me?
I don't
Could
believe
be a
that.
squaw.
Yeah, that's definitely a bot. We'll get a. Oh, I'm being shot.
Damn, I didn't think the bots would actually.
I didn't think the bots would.
What? It's the Arkham Knight. The Arkham Knight's watching.
Well, that's not creepy at all. The fuck?
That comes through here.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, I'm just going to adjust the settings again. Anyway, before I was rudely interrupted by being shot, and more people watching. You were about to tell us what weird stuff happened in the CW.
In Arrow and Flash. Yeah, so in Arrow, last thing that happened in the Arrow so far was Lila came to the Arrow Cave to say, "Hey, Oliver, can you break John out of prison? He's being stupid and saying that he should stay in prison because he killed his brother." And he's still upset about that.
Oh,
which
Christ,
I suppose isn't the weirdest thing to be upset about. But Yeah, he insisted on staying in prison, and so she comes to Oliver and says, "Break him out of prison," and he's like, "But
But that's bad.
But then you'll be a felon, and I'll be a felon, and he'll be a felon, and we'll all have to be we'll all have to be, you know, he'll be a hunted man if we break him out of prison." She's like, "Okay, but do it anyway." And he's like, "Well, you got me there."
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Yeah. And then he doesn't tell Felicity about it on the grounds that Felicity would say, "No, don't do that. John's chosen to be in there." And so when she eventually finds out, she goes up to Oliver and says, "Oliver, don't do that. He's chosen to be in there." At which point Oliver says, "You see, I didn't tell you because I knew that you'd tell me. Oliver, don't do that. He chose to be in there. But I'm going to break him out anyway." He's like, "My God, Oliver." Also, Curtis tells... last episode, Curtis told Felicity that it would be a good idea to tell... what's his name? Ragman. What is his name, though? Like, what's his actual name?
Oh, but she was the one who did all the,
That bombed Haven Rock.
Yes. Oh, but she was the one who, retargeted, I guess.
Yeah. I guess she didn't... She didn't really bomb it, per
Well, no,
se,
she was... Like, she didn't actually have any control, did she? It was just,
Rory
like...
Regan.
Save...
Oh my God, there's 2 Rorys in this verse. Because there's
Wait.
Mick Rory and there's Rory Regan.
Oh, shit!
But anyway, he's understandably somewhat upset at Felicity for choosing to bomb Haven Rock as opposed to just letting it hit wherever else it was going to hit, which
It was going to hit the rest of the world, wasn't it? That was the point of the Hive, like, safety place.
So, you know, he's miffed and he leaves the team, and Oliver comes and says he isn't there for a mission, and Oliver comes up to say, "Why weren't you there for the mission?" And he's like, "Because I'm quitting, because I can't look at Felicity without seeing
my dead family."
My dead family. And he's like, "Okay, that's understandable. But you should come back." And he's like, "Damn, you got me there."
Yeah, Oliver's never had the best pep talks, to be honest, has he?
Yeah. But eventually, over the course of this episode, Rory and Felicity do in fact manage to reconcile.
Good for them.
Yeah. Also, when they found out...
Wait, are we in season 5?
Yeah, season 5.
Oh shit, yeah, okay.
So...
Are you still like in episode 2 or 3 or something of it? Cause...
Yeah, I think this is episode 4.
Right, okay.
So, Felicity found out about the whole I'm going to break John out of prison thing.
Oh dear.
And
agreed with it?
After telling him didn't work, she sent the recruits after him to block him and say, "We're not going to let you do that."
I saw this scene again on TikTok recently, and I forgot how funny it was.
It's like, we can't let you do that, Oliver. And he's like, let me? What? And then just throws them all to the ground in like 3 seconds. And then just goes on his merry way.
Bodies them.
Like, God, it wasn't even a contest. I thought they were going to give him a little bit of trouble, but no, he just drops them. Yeah, so he goes in and sprays an he goes into John's cell and sprays an anti-molecular compound on the floor, which eats through anything except the can it's in.
That's cool.
and then there's a bit of a sewer fight, and then they're in the courtyard, but they're gonna get caught, and then
Wait, hang on. How did Diggle even get himself convicted if the guy was already dead?
Well, you see, some asshole guy who's selling nukes or something decided to pin a crime on John. So like, even though he's taking the fall for a crime he didn't commit, he's like, well, I know I'm in for a crime I didn't commit, but I did commit a crime, killing my brother, who was an asshole and a terrorist, and conspiring with a group who literally tried to fire nukes at the entire world, but he was my brother! And yeah, I do understand where he's coming from. That would be very upsetting, but as Oliver says, you're more use out there as Spartan. If you want penance, then, because the episode is called Penance,
very
then you
good.
have to. Then you should go out there and save people instead of sitting in here and not saving people. And he was like, you know what, that makes a lot of sense. He then starts joining, and then joins him in escaping, and they get to the courtyard, and it looks like they're about to get captured by the guards. But then Lila flies in with a plane, and they have a harness or something, and end up on the plane. And
They get yeeted.
They get yeeted onto the plane. And he goes back to the Arrow Cave, and he's like, wow, you know what? Being in prison would have been an absolutely terrible mistake, considering I have my son, John Jr. to raise.
The Arrow Cave just bothers me. It's so stupid. It's deliberate that it's so stupid, but it's still stupid.
I find it a little strange. Well,
I mean,
I find it a little strange. What I mean is,
Tom Taylor came up with a better version in, like, years ago. Why not call it the Quiver?
Oh my god, that's perfect. That's actually perfect.
Yeah.
Oh god, why isn't it called the Quiver?
I think possibly because Robin took Speedy to see the Batcave years and years ago, and Speedy was like, "Oh, it's so cool, Oliver! It's like it's a real cave. He's got all his tech in it." And Oliver's like, "Well, shit, I can have one of them as well. What shall I call it?" And Speedy's like, "Arrow Cave!" And it's like,
oh my god,
I can't believe I didn't realize you were on drugs until years later, mate. Houston, we may have a problem.
So, where was I?
Okay, let's.
Yeah, this is exactly the way it should go.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Meanwhile, the recruits, thanks to Ragman joining them, they took down Tobias Church.
Oh my god! Come on. Whoop.
And I say ish because Renee managed to get captured and tortured a bit, and I'm sure they're gonna rescue him in the next episode because, well, what they were doing wasn't too pleasant. Stun gun on all of that.
Oh, in the balls. That did not go to plan at all, but whatever.
So yeah, and
wait,
then
it was Renee using real bullets for a while.
As far as I'm aware, he still is. He just has guns and shoots with them.
But wasn't he... That is not what I wanted to track. Okay. but, you know, isn't Oliver... Oh, no, wait, this is the season that Oliver's okay with killing. I always forget.
Yeah, season 5.
Oh my god, be gone! Get out me way.
And yeah, in the flashback, he sneaks into a police cell, gets information from the guy, breaks his neck, and goes on his way.
You love to see it.
Yeah.
How are these things faster than the Battlefield?
And it's here that we finally find out, you know, because he was in the Bradford in season 1 in present day. We finally get to see it happen.
Yes. Yeah, I like that they like basically set up. Oh, Jesus! You're right there, mate. Whoop. I like that they set all of this up with like his tattoos and stuff in season 1.
Yeah. Oh, the tone of the show was so different back then.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like... Was it darker back then? Because he was killing people? Or has it... I don't know.
Well, regardless, that's about it for that one. And then for the other one, for Flash.
Yes.
What was it?
Oh, I think the Arkham Knight's gone, finally. Good. I don't like other people watching it, it's weird.
It's like someone just...
It's like we do this for fun. It's just, just completely it's distracting. Like, no, I want to have a chat with my mate and play this. It's so weird playing this without, I turn the dialogue volume all the way down because, again, listening to it back sometimes it's just difficult to focus on one voice if there's another one really tinny in the background, so... Everyone can now hear you, Bradley. Everyone.
Oh, yeah, so in the, in the Flash, Jesse, you know, and Jesse and Wells came back, which I suppose is a weird way of putting it. Jesse and Harry came back.
Yes. Thank you for... There are so many Wells.
Yeah, another Wells actually got introduced in this episode as well. Because Harry was like, because close to, like maybe... You know, about a third of the way through, he says, "Jesse, we should get back now." I think, you know, you've learnt a fair bit from Barry.
Oh yeah, I forgot she came back as a speedster.
Yeah. So they're gonna go home to Earth 2, and the team's like, "Oh no, but Wells, we need a Wells." And he's like, "Well, why don't we just get a Wells? And why don't we just get another one from some other Earth?" And he sends.
Why didn't we think of that? They all say collectively.
Yeah. So so he makes a formula or puzzle or whatever it is, and beams it across the multiverse to, then whoever solves it, you know, can, or will send a message back, and they can take their pick of who seems like a good Wells to join them. And as it happens, they get HR. This is HR Wells, who has a hat.
He does have a hat. Oh, HR, man. Oh. Shit.
Yeah, he's a much jollier fellow than Thorn Wells or Harry Wells.
He's got drumsticks as well, doesn't he?
Oh, I haven't seen his drumsticks yet, but that sounds...
Oh, it's like,
interesting.
there's a part of him that reminds me of House, if you know anything about House.
I've heard of House.
But he has a
haven't
cane, and
seen-
he plays like air guitar on it, on
Oh,
occasion.
really? Huh.
And I just remember, but I watched House later, but now I know House a lot more. But so just thinking about HR and remembering him like messing around those drumsticks just makes me think of HR playing with those drumsticks.
Hmm. So, as regards the yeah, and Jesse and oh, he's taking off the suit.
Indeed.
Jesse and Wally were like starting something.
Mm.
And then Wally's like, "Nah, you're gonna go back to Earth too."
All flirty
And
flirt.
she's like, and then she's like, "Yeah, you're right." And then by the end of the episode, he's like, you know what? Who cares? Who cares? Oh, someone's hacked the Wayne computer.
I love how hearing this without dialogue and context is really confusing. It's just sound effects.
Wait, so what? What the fuck is going on? Okay, that's not. Oh, okay, that's not Bruce Wayne, is it? Okay.
There you go. See, this
I was
is
like, he picked up a gun. I'm just like, he never picks up a gun.
this is where the side mission, the identity thief, comes into play from Arkham City, but for some reason it didn't spawn properly when we were trying to play it. So, but this is Thomas Elliot, Bruce Wayne's childhood friend, who for
Who
some
looks
reason
exactly like him.
cut up a load of prisoners' faces, and he was a plastic surgeon.
Oh.
And so he put together a face identical to Bruce Wayne's. And it's a great side mission. And now it gets resolved in one mission in Arkham Knight.
Oh.
Perfect. Some
Pacing?
might say set up and pay off. Is not this game's strong suit.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, so going back to
so
Flash.
Wally got Earth 2 friend zoned.
Yeah, and then unfriend zoned at the end.
Oh, but isn't she still leaving though?
Yeah, she is still leaving, but
Ah.
like it just, I guess he stopped caring about, you know, a long distance relationship, essentially.
Fair enough.
I guess that's a way of putting it. But yeah, as for the villain of the week, we've got this guy who's a mirror man who goes into mirrors. Oh, that's what his name was. He had a nasty name.
Mirror Master?
Sam. Yeah, Mirror Master, but his real name is Sam Scudder.
That is a villain name. That is like from birth. You're just that's what you're gonna be.
He was destined for evil. Yeah. Also, his girlfriend Rosa something or other, who ends up getting the name Top, as in spinning top, because she can induce vertigo in people.
That's very imaginative. Is this Cisco coming up with names, or is he letting the villains come up with their own names these days?
I think that was. Oh, that was him. Yeah, he was, because Harry came up with Mirror Master, and Cisco didn't like that he got his. He didn't get to name that one, so he just kind of blurted out Top. But Yeah. He's been stuck in a mirror for 3 years, which
Oh,
is awful.
which would drive
Except,
anyone mad.
yeah, except for him, it's only been a day. The idea of mirrors, of time passing faster or slower or something in mirrors, is something that
Hmm.
doesn't come up in the rest of the episode, sadly, because he just blithely jumps in and out of them with seemingly no time passing anyway. But regardless, Barry has to fight them. Jesse joins him. They beat him up. And use like mirrors to put him away. Except, it's the old thing of, they have a fight at the start, and then and Barry gets his ass beat, and then they have to come up with a thing, and then he beats them the second time, kind of thing. And in this case, it was that Barry got stuck in a mirror. Like, he managed to trap Barry in a mirror, so they had to make a freeze thingy that freezes the mirror to make him to let him get out of the mirror
Hmm.
for some reason. Because they did some technobabble explanation for why that is the case.
That is the usual solution, yeah.
And then they make a freeze thingy, but then it's not enough. So, like, after they leave the room, Caitlin goes and puts her hand against the mirror, and it freezes up. And it's like, uh-oh. And,
Uh-oh.
and right before the credits scene, we get this scene of Caitlin taking a shower and the water freezing. And then she steps out of the shower and part of her hair has gone blonde.
Oh yeah, I
So
forgot.
she just cuts the blonde bit off.
Wait,
Yeah.
what season? Are we in season 3? Flash.
Season 3, yeah, she's turning Killer Frost.
Oh yeah, because there's that. Because obviously there was the Flashpoint, and there's that guy who's giving everyone their Flashpoint powers, aren't they?
Yeah, alchemy.
Was Caitlin Killer Frost in the Flashpoint then,
Oh.
or talking about
I
Frost?
think... Oh, wow.
I just saw it and I was able, because I'd gone from I'd gone from top of Wayne Tower, so I was able to.
Where was I?
Just giving us the Caitlin's found a new hairstyle.
Oh, yeah.
Shall we
Caitlin's
say?
found a new hairstyle, yeah. Oh, and just to close off the weirdness that's happening in the Flash, Barry and Iris are still, they're still going out,
Mm.
and they're having a bit of a
A spat.
they're having a bit of a kiss and a cuddle.
Oh.
And then Joe walks in.
Oh.
And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go," and then Barry's like, "Oh, we weren't like kissing or anything," and then Iris is like, "Why did you stop kissing me when Joe entered the room?" And he's like, "Well, 'cause," and then in what I can only describe as the weirdest way of, or almost the weirdest way of phrasing it, because he didn't complete the thought. Because he's Joe. He's Joe.
he's
It is. Oh god, it's kind of weird, but like,
But they were set up as siblings.
yeah, it's kind of weird. But yeah, they just have a talk about it or something, and then yeah, it's no longer weird or something. Anyway, that's about it for Flash and CW stuff. Shall we get on to
Last of Us ranking?
Yeah, Last of Us ranking. So we have 9 episodes. Also, when we're doing this, because I feel like more than the others. Actually, let me double check that one. Yeah, I feel like more than the others, 4 and 5 kind of feel like a part 1 and part 2.
Yes, is that the Kansas City two-parter?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What do you want to rank them as like one thing then?
Yeah, I was just getting the idea out there. Like, if that sounds like a good idea to you, let's rank them. Or otherwise,
well,
we can just
we could quantify, couldn't we? We could basically either, so if you personally want to rank them as one thing, but I want to keep them separate, we could both do that and just state that.
Yeah, okay.
As we go through. Do you want to write it? Have you still got that old notey thing?
Yeah, let me get up a notepad for this. Okay.
Oh, fuck off. Oh, wow. It would really not let me blind that thing, would it? S'il vous plaît.
Okay.
Okay, so you want me to read the list out while I got them?
Oh, I have the list as well.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. Yeah. And we're back to the start of this whole entire fucking fight because of one fucking guy with a fucking drone and a fucking thing. I was doing so well. It looked so cool.
That was Kim.
Oh, what the shit?
Long time. Please.
I've never seen someone actually come up to the top before.
Endure and survive.
Endure and survive.
Okay. Okay. Do you want to start or shall I?
You can go ahead. Oh my god. Yeah, you can start. You can start. Cause, yeah, easy.
Okay.
It's easier for me.
Oh, now let's see.
Unless, actually, let me. Yeah, you can start. You can start, and I'll let you go all the way through. So I don't sway anything. And it will also allow me to remember what the fuck happened in some of these.
Yes. Let's see. God, this is actually hard to go from the bottom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go from the top instead. It's looking easier that way, anyway. Let's see. I think. Oh my god, I've forgotten what happened in episode 6. Oh, of course, that's episode 6. So I'm thinking number 1 spot. God, it's not any easier to do it top to bottom, actually. Because it's so it manages to be so good throughout. It's like pretty consistent quality. There's no standout things that really. There's no standout drop or anything. But I will say, gun to my head. I'm gonna say episode 6, Kin.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to say that because, the Tommy stuff, the Tommy payoff, because we see Tommy in episode 1, and then
Yeah.
we get the payoff of them meeting again. We get to see Jackson, Maria, there's the Dina setup, there's no way season 2 isn't paying that off. There's a lot of... It's a bit of a cool-down episode after the rather climactic and stressful ending of episode
Summer.
5. Yeah, because all of that happens, and then it's just like this gives you some time to pause and reflect.
Mm.
And it deals with pretty much all of the autumn segment, doesn't it?
Yeah, because autumn is all the way up till they get to the university and Joel gets stabbed, and then when he falls off the horse, that's when winter begins. So you're totally right.
So so because of that we get
so
a
we
lot
got
of
5 episodes of summer and then 1 episode of autumn. Now, are you rushing or are you dragging?
Yeah.
You haven't seen Whiplash, okay.
I have not seen Whiplash.
You would not get that reference if you hadn't seen Whiplash.
There's just a lot of strong character moments and lots of payoffs, like the aforementioned Tommy thing. Joel finally, saying, "Okay, I'll go with you," and getting scenes like
finally
him
making that
teaching how to
choice.
use the rifle.
Yeah.
And just them pleasantly chatting about him being the contractor.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that. It's a feel good episode all around, and nicely captures the themes of love and hope that endure in the terrifying post-apocalypse and stuff like that. So yeah, number 6. Let's see. What would I select as? I think actually, and I don't know if this is controversial or not, but I'm gonna put episode 1 in the second place spot, because I actually think it was a really, really strong opening.
Yeah, the episode 1's the one I really don't know what to think about it, to be honest, because...
Really?
Yeah, because I think it is such... I don't know how I'd feel on a rewatch. Because it is such an interesting, I mean, I almost, because obviously the prologue's so short in
the game.
Yeah. And it's so sudden, and you get that title sequence and you're into 20 years later. And obviously it adds a lot to that initial bit. And it adds a lot of mystery and intrigue and kind of a lot more tension. Yeah.
That bit with the granny and all of that, you know something's up with her. If you've played the game,
exactly. If you've played the game,
you know something's up with her.
If you've played the game, you know where it's going, but you don't know exactly how
we're gonna get there.
Yeah, and when, and I don't know. It's really. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, I fucking hate this boat. I was down to the last fucking guy. And that first episode, it's like the opening it with that talk show is brilliant.
Yeah.
And then the entire tense prologue is brilliant. And then I think I kind of want to watch them all through, just start the entire series really quickly, one a night, or even a couple multi episodes, to see how, because almost I think like when episode 1 ends, I really want to know more.
Yeah.
I really want it to continue, but obviously it didn't. You had to wait a week. Also, they introduced Ellie, and I was kind of expecting them not to introduce Ellie that episode. I don't know why, but I really had the sense that they weren't actually going to introduce Ellie straight away.
I think I'm gonna go with... I think I'm gonna go with 4 next, actually.
Mm.
And it's on the grounds that we get... it's I'd say mainly for the stuff like the camping scene at the start.
Yeah.
And the Ellie, saves Joel scene, and the bit after that, where he's saying he's trying to instruct her on how to use a handgun, and
Yeah.
he's saying this isn't her first kill and all of that, and yeah, it was quite a turning point in their relationship.
Mm.
And to an extent, the tone,
Yes.
because it gets really serious for the first time. That, and we have quite a threatening enemy to fight, in that they're humans rather than
Infected.
infected. So it's that one, and that one. I think... Yeah, I think I'll follow up with 5. So it kind of doesn't really matter in my case whether or not they're ranked the same or different, because I've put them right next to each other anyway. They are a bit of a part 1 and part 2, is the thing, but yeah, 5 has Henry and Sam in it. We get their backstory. We get Sam and Ellie interacting. We get that planning scene up in the skyscraper. We even get to see the Ish.
The Ish of it all. The Ish of it all. Nice.
Yeah, the Ish of it all. And we also see the only bloater in the series.
It's a good bloater, though. It's a good bloater.
It is a good bloater. The scene with the infected there, and Joel on the rifle, scoring headshot after headshot, which was badass.
Yeah.
And
weird for Joel in that scene, considering how many fucking headshots I missed. It's like weird seeing Joel that competent at headshots with that fucking rifle, because I remember how difficult it was. You'd get one and you'd feel amazing, and then it'd be like, nope, that's it. That's your luck.
And then so yeah, good episode. But yeah, I am putting 4 above 5 on, because of how important Joel and Ellie's relationship is to the show, and that one deals with it more.
Yes, all of the gun stuff. So you've got 6, 1, 4, 5.
4, 5.
Okay.
Okay. think I have to put 3 now at least.
Hmm.
3's a very, emotional episode.
It's a difficult one to place as well because it
It
does kind
really
of
is.
feel somewhat separated.
Yeah, I've heard some people describe it as an unimportant episode.
Well, some people
But
have
a good
called it
short
filler,
film.
but like it's a mini. It feels like a mini episode. It's not, it has exactly the same themes as the rest of the show,
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
progresses the plot. It like the point of the game is to introduce all these other characters who as warnings for Joel if he gets close to Ellie.
yeah.
The show is doing the same thing, but almost in reverse. It's like this is what you can gain from getting close to Ellie.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I couldn't put it any... I can't, in my heart of hearts, put it any lower than 5, is the thing. But at the same time, it's like we get relatively little progression in the plot.
I think we get enough.
I mean, we get enough. We do get enough.
I think as an episode on its own, it's one of the strongest.
Oh, definitely.
But it depends what you're kind of ranking based on.
I suppose, in a way,
Is it a good
partially
episode of television? Fuck yeah.
yeah.
Is it a
I suppose
good part of the series? I think so, but not everyone is going to, so...
Yeah, I suppose part of the reason is because we only get a little bit of Joel and Ellie at the start and the end. And judging by what I've put so far, it definitely feels like having lots of Joel and Ellie in it.
Yeah, that core relationship.
Yeah.
It seems to hold the most importance to you.
Yes.
Oh, fuck. I don't want to do this on stream, I'll look really stupid.
What? How hard are the riddles?
Not very hard, but I just don't have the patience for it, and so I kind of try and do a little bit of a tricky shit, and these fucking things start spinning about halfway through, and it's really annoying. It's really weird playing Arkham Knight, not hearing Riddler's really annoying dulcet tones. It's quite pleasant, actually.
I think I'll put 9 now.
Right, wow, 9 is actually higher than I expected.
Wait, I can't put 9 now. Oh, this has got me second guessing myself.
It's probably more difficult than a lot of the others, because...
Yeah. I'll put... What have I not got so far? Yes, maybe I'll put Left Behind now instead. Because... I mean, it achieves everything that Left Behind does in the DLC. And a little bit more. In a way, because we see further, we see more of Ellie's life in the academy beforehand, and the way it ends up tying back to the present day.
Oh, no, not one.
I felt was a bit stronger in the show than in the game, but maybe I wasn't
back one
thinking of it right in the game, that's for sure. So yeah, then I'll put then I'll put 9, 8, 2. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Cheating! I cheated the system!
Should that be 8 9 too? I'm really not sure where with 8 or 9. Like I can't work out which way round they should be. No, actually I'll put 8 above 9. So my final ranking would be 6 1 4 5 3 7 8 9 2.
Wait, 2's your lowest?
Yeah, 2's my
that's
lowest.
interesting.
It was the one that I felt. Maybe it's just because
No.
knowing the story already, it was to me an episode that was like I knew what was going to happen, and I was looking forward to things that were happening later.
Yeah.
Rather than enjoying
the
what
inevitable.
Yeah. Because I was like,
well,
okay,
I mean,
they're gonna
they
go
did
here,
though. They did
this.
then add in stuff from later into that episode, though, which was quite nice.
Yes. And then there's of course the aforementioned bite versus spores thing.
Yeah, that's true. Although I guess we skip right past that, like they don't go into any sewers in. Actually, Ellie doesn't have to swim at all.
Oh my god! Neither does Joel.
Doesn't Joel?
There was that bit where they were in the hotel and he was.
Yeah, they just waded. Yeah, so that's the only time it's mentioned that she can't swim, but yeah, they don't then have to swim. There's no pallets or anything.
I suppose that's one part that's more
gameplay, yeah.
Gameplay, yeah. Wouldn't have been quite as fun like that.
I think you see a pallet as a reference, but, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, it's nice to see. It's nice to see, you know, they do bring in that hotel thing from what is in Pittsburgh to Boston.
Oh yeah, so it is.
Boston outskirts instead.
So yeah, that's my
list. That's Bradley's list.
8 and 9, I've put the way that I suppose since I haven't explained everything else, I'm gonna just quickly say I put 8 where I did at the what the hell is that? The number 7 spot.
What the hell is that number? It looks like a 7. It could be a 1.
Well, I didn't put them. I haven't put the numbers next to them because I've just put down the episode numbers instead of their names. And I didn't want to say 1, 6, 2, 1, 3, 4 because I thought that would
titles, man, titles. You got to use the titles. The titles are important. I'll be back in a second. I'll still be able to hear you there.
Yeah. So I put that one where I did because I put it above 9 because 9 is. I feel like 9 and 8 suffer from similar problems of feeling like we're speedrunning a bit. But 8 standalone. 8 felt a bit more interesting to me because it had more of its own self-contained plot kind of thing. You know, there's David, and now he's going to attack, and he finds Ellie. They're going to attack her and Joel. You know, everything that happens in winter. You know, it's its own plot kind of thing, and it closes off with with a very touching and heartwarming scene. So there's that. There's kind of like the whole thing of it being a really tense episode, and then a really nice sense of relief at the end as Joel is okay again, and he's he's going to be there for Ellie, and Ellie's, you know, survived. But for 9, no, I mean 9 did have the giraffe thing, and it did have the extra scene of Anna, but I feel like mostly when I just think of 9, I just think of the hospital scene and onwards, which might just be on me. But yeah, that's why I've put it the way I've put it. Okay, I'm gonna set up some. I'm gonna make a section for yours. Suppose I might as well put them down in the order now. King. Time. Left behind.
I have returned.
Welcome back.
If you check Signal, you will see I have sent you something.
Aha.
Have you still got up the episode list with the names?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Do you see what I've sent you on Signal?
I do see what you sent me on Signal. You sent me your list.
I've sent you my list, but only as numbers. So I thought, and as while I'm playing, it'd be useful for you to help me, basically.
Oh yeah, sure.
Tell me what's next on my list and the title, and then I will give a little bit of reason why I've placed it where I placed it.
That is quite interesting. So we ended up having Kin as our favourite episode.
Yep.
For both of us.
Yeah.
I imagine much for the same reasons I put it there then.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. For I think there was a lot of part 2 references. There was a lot of, as you said, Joel and Ellie's relationship is possibly the strongest it ever gets in that episode. It's got the scene that I think that I would have wanted them to either deviate a lot more or stick to a lot closer with their argument, but how they changed the before and after, I really appreciate that, because obviously the scene that Bella admitted she was really fucking worried about doing doesn't matter as much because of the other stuff. And I think she did really well in that scene. Oh, they did really well in that scene, sorry. So, it's interesting. I just need to remember what is the disarm button. Square and triangle. Okay, let's see if this works on a fucking sword.
Okay. Next on the list you have Long Time, episode 3. And that is very much understandable because as we've said already, it's very strong as a standalone thing, and weirdly enough, I can see myself rewatching that just as its own episode. And, being totally okay with it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the only episode that you can really say that for. Except for maybe Left Behind.
Yeah, Left Behind feels like it could be its own thing as well.
Hmm.
Because
I suppose...
even the opening and closing of it still works on its own without the context of the rest of the series.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I've put 6 at top. You know, we both
3
like
next.
the same stuff. I put long time. I think it's just a fucking amazing episode of television. No complaints. It has the same theme, even if people think it's not necessary. It has the opening is really good. Farewell to Tess, and people ignore the start and the end, which do really good bits with Joel and Ellie. And the fact that they get their classic outfit, their classic looks at the end of that episode, and all of the stuff with Ellie's progression of trying to get a gun, and she finally gets Frank's little gun, which is her iconic one from the game. It all counts.
Yeah.
And I do really like just everything about that episode, to be honest. And Dylan Frank's story, of course, on its own, is just fucking beautiful. There isn't a single bit of it that doesn't, like, I laughed at the start with Bill when the electricity goes out, and he just goes, "Oh, that was fast," and then sets up. He basically has that Christian Bale line from the first Batman where he's like, "Damn good television," when it shows him like wrecking stuff in the Batmobile, and his response is, "Damn good television," and it's Bill just sitting at his with his dinner, watching as an infected walks into one of his traps and gets shot in the head by a tree, and he just starts chuckling to himself. That is just, I love that bit. I really like that episode, and even if it doesn't carry on the plot in a major way, it does carry on the intent of the plot, and that is about love and finding love, and as with Joel, what is it? God help any fucker who gets in the way of us protecting the people we love.
Yeah.
It's basically a mission statement for the rest of the series. Is that one episode? So.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, there we go. That's. Yep. Bradley's bored of me talking about this episode now. Bradley's like, oh fuck it, those gay men, man. It's just, I cannot fucking stand. Oh, it's so woke. They're just all over my television for an entire hour. Fucking hell,
That's not what I meant. Okay.
The gay people are taking over. I'm an ass. No. Bradley Limited does not agree with any of the things that I've just put in his head. It's not an official statement. Not an official statement. All said in jest. Bradley happens to like that episode, and I imagine he likes gay people too, but I'm not totally sure.
What? That aside, I am intrigued to go on to the next one in your list, which is going to be the biggest distance between any of our picks here. Is episode 2, because I put that as my bottom pick. And here it is on your number 3 spot. So please do tell, because
so I rewatched this episode. I watched it once on my own, and then because my dad was away, so when he came back, I watched it again with him, and I really appreciated it more the second time, which is just a personal thing, I think really helped me with a lot of these because I needed to get out of my own way. I've mentioned this before, I'm fairly sure, but some of these, but I was just so focused on the changes from the game that I couldn't always enjoy it for what it was the first time.
Yeah.
So I watched episode 2, Left Behind, and episode 9 twice, and excluding episode 9, which again I still did appreciate a lot more the second time. Wait, no, what did I just say? Excluding episode 9, I think those other 2 episodes really benefited from me getting out my own way.
Yes.
But episode 2 especially really sold me on Bella as Ellie.
Ah, really?
I think because I loved what they were doing with Ellie's kind of aggressiveness in the first episode, where she's doing the whole counting thing and ends with "fuck you." It's like, okay, yeah, this child is great. You know, this was good, but at the same time, there wasn't much of Ellie in that first episode, and I was, and stuff takes, that's the whole point of the Last of Us, is this growing connection between Joel and Ellie, the audience and Ellie, and the audience and Joel.
Yeah.
Even though they probably don't realise the connection with Joel until he's fucking impaled. So episode 2 was where Bella as Ellie really went, oh yeah, this is great, this is perfect. And I think just everything with the hotel scene, and it was a lot more interactions and a lot more conversations, and it was just I mean the ending with like Tess's romantic scene is a little bit weird still, but at the same time they knew what they were doing with that episode, and it's directed by Neil Druckmann. The guy fucking knows what he's doing. I don't know, I feel like episode 2 for me, my ranking's more of a feeling than a definitive, like, I can tell you this is why I love it. It's something in my gut that says this is, because I did actually move it, because I knew that you put it very low. Did you put it at bottom, actually, you said?
I actually put it at bottom.
Yeah. Because I knew I was going to have to justify myself, so I kind of cowered it out at first when I was making that list to send to you. I actually kind of went, I don't know how to justify this, and I put it lower than a couple others, and then went, no, that's not what I feel, that's not my truth. So I then moved it back to that spot. And I still can't tell you exactly why, but maybe it's just the fact that, oh fuck, Ellie is my favourite fictional character, so maybe the significance of a second actor really nailing that character was enough to make me go, I'm with my people again, I guess. Please interrupt me and get me to move on, because I've rambled for far too long.
Episode 1 is next.
Yeah.
And episode 1. So
where was your episode 1? Was this?
Episode 1 was the second spot. It's quite close, but not like, massively close.
Well, I mean, I touched on this a little bit because I wasn't sure about how long it took them to get to it, and I kind of wanted more. That's possibly why I liked episode 2, because it was more of what I wanted at the end of episode 1. You know, the showrunners wanted me to wait, and I wanted episode 2 now as part of episode 1, please. Thank you. or I would have wanted more more prologue before getting into I would have almost maybe the credits could have been before the 20 years later, but I think that wouldn't have worked for the audience that hadn't played the game. I do like the whole, the Sarah's gone, welcome to the world of The Last of Us, the credits roll. For the show, it might have worked as, closing credits, while obviously in the game it works as the opening credits. But episode 1, I think, I loved the talk show opening, I loved the tension, but it made me shake. Actually, it physically made me shake with nervousness, because I just did not, I knew what was gonna be the end result, but getting there was still fucking scary.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, other than that, yeah, episode 1, it's still a really good, solid episode of television, and I think if that first episode didn't work, the show would not have done well. It just wouldn't.
That is true.
Although, that said, 8 million people turned up to watch episode 8 live? So, people didn't watch the other episodes live, and then caught up. So for 8 million people, episode 8 was the first one they watched live. That's a really interesting figure to me. So, I don't know, yeah, word of mouth about the first one made a load of people catch up, I guess? Or something, I don't know. But, yeah. Okay, moving on.
Moving on, it's episode 7, Left Behind. So, you've put it just a couple of spots above, where you put it at spot 5, I think I put it at 6, yeah, so only one unit of separation there. So I imagine it's similar-ish reasons, just like the way the chips fall.
Yeah, similar to kind of my differing perspective opinion as yours to episode 3, I think. I like almost its insular nature. It works on its own.
Yeah. It tells a
solid story. It fucking hits on the emotional beat. I watched this one twice, and both times I fucking cried at the end.
Yeah.
So,
because they played that so differently.
but they played the same music, and that music means so much to me. The needle drop. They needle dropped at the exact same time, and in the same right way, and it fucking got me twice.
Yeah.
So again, this is more an emotional response than a logical ranking, but this is The Last of Us. I'm allowed to be emotional about The Last of Us. This is my jam.
What was her name?
Riley.
Yeah, but the Storm Reed.
Right, yeah.
So Storm Reed, she went for a, because I think we mentioned it previously, but for that ending scene, she's a lot less, compared to her game counterpart, she's a lot less okay with what's going on. She's a lot less cool about it and collected, and she looks like she's about to break down any second. So it really lends itself to a much more tragic and heart-rending finale to the episode.
It's what's interesting to me about the Riley the differences, because the Riley in the game looks a lot younger, feels a lot, but almost feels more like a soldier, and is a lot, as you said, collected, cool, strong, and speechy in that part. While I kind of got the sense that she's older in the show, but at the same time,
less of a soldier.
Yeah, like, because obviously in the game, Riley's initiation to the Fireflies was she had to kill a clicker on her own. In the show, the infected are a lot more deadly, and so her initiation to the Fireflies was basically, you want to be a Firefly? Great, cool. Come in, have a gun. Training's at 7. Look, make some bombs and look after them for us at the mall. You know, it was a very different. God damn. Hey! Oh, I've got the glitch, Bradley. I got the glitch. It shows me where little waypoints are when I die in this race for some reason. I skipped a little bit ahead because I got the checkpoint with my wheel floating off into the distance.
So after that is 4 and subsequently 5. So funnily enough, both of us put 4 and 5 next to each other, and both of us put 4 one spot above 5.
Again, I initially put 5 higher, but your comments on that there's more Joel and Ellie stuff in episode 4 did clinch it for me, because as with you, that is the key thing for me. And I liked all the stuff with Sam and Henry at the, you know, but I also think it spends a lot of time with Kathleen, and while Kathleen is a fucking brilliant villain, I didn't need to spend as much time with her as we did.
Especially if we've got Sam and Henry.
I think it would have possibly, you know, what they were doing was making a fuck off sympathetic villain, right? That worked with her earlier scenes. But when she then says at the end, kids die, you know, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to do this entire lap again.
I don't know if this is controversial to say.
Like, it ruined the sympathy concept?
Yeah, I don't know if this is controversial to say in hindsight, but I think I just remembered that I found her speech felt it kind of amused me in a way, how she kept speaking and clickers kept appearing and no one seemed to notice, and she just keeps saying shit like, this is what happens when you fuck with fate. And I'm just thinking,
they weren't actually infected in the background yet, though.
Oh no, they weren't, were they?
No.
Yeah, never mind.
No, she wasn't that stupid. She wasn't.
Remembering this.
Oh, I mean, when she cornered Henry and Sam and Ellie,
Oh man! The Riddler's just gone and thrown you for a loop. Instead of setting it down to 0, he set it to 15.
Wow. I think it stands for final exam or finish.
Oh, okay, never mind. I thought the Riddler was smart enough to be using hexadecimal.
Fair enough. But yeah, no, so it's like, I did almost put 5 at the top for that fucking amazing end scene with all the infected and Kathleen getting her comeuppance and all that shit. But
yeah,
4, I think, is, you know, not necessarily a stronger episode, but it hits a lot of those, you know, it spends more time with the characters we really love.
Yes.
Although 5 does have the stuff in the underground.
Yeah, the ish stuff.
I think it might actually switch on me, you know, because
it's so
close to call.
It is really close. They are.
Close.
It was almost like it could have just been one long episode.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because I didn't understand at the time what they were doing, but I wasn't like the shootout at the start was very weird, and the fact that Joel left his backpack behind was really weird to me. Like a load of little changes were really weird, but obviously then Joel explains about his hearing loss and in one ear and stuff like that. it's really interesting. Ellie started always standing on Joel's when they were, when they weren't in danger. Ellie would stand on
his left.
Ellie would stand on the side that he could hear her clearly, and when they were in danger, she would stand on his right so he could hear what was coming.
Huh.
It's a really subtle direction, but really, it shows a lot about Ellie's character there, as well as it makes sense. It's cool.
It's cool. And speaking of how cool it is, we're getting on to... never mind, I thought we were doing a winter episode next. After 4 and 5, you've got episode 9, Look for the Light. And this is, funnily enough, we've both put them at the same spot.
Yes. Episode 9, Look for the Light.
Look for the Light. Which I suppose means we don't need to go massively in depth to it because we're likely to have at least similar sentiments on the matter.
I loved the opening with Anna, Ashley Johnson's Anna.
Yeah.
I think it's it's brilliant, and it's so weird hearing Ellie's voice. And
God, it was so
you tell
weird.
him, Ellie. That shit hurts, man. I'm so glad Ashley Johnson was in that role in the show. Fucking perfect.
The fact that
I also expected that scene to be in the Left Behind episode because it was in the trailer. We saw Anna holding a baby Ellie for a flash of the trailer, and I was thinking, oh, they're gonna do a longer Left Behind and start with Marlene and Anna, and then we'll see Ellie at the QZ. But they waited for the finale, and I think genius. And as you did discuss, they did some clever thing. The giraffe scene was really well done. We talked about it last week about the difference in Bella's delivery of Ellie's famous speech. It has to, everything I've done. It's got to mean. It has to be for something. Yeah, I can't remember the exact lines right now. But
we did discuss that in
yes, we did. Yeah,
detail on the episode 9 one. So I think we all get what's going on there.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite low just because I think it was short. We said that last week. Yeah, that's it. Don't need to say anymore.
The last one on your list is, of course, episode 8.
And again, we spoke about that recently.
Yes, okay, I understand why.
While other parts of that episode are strong, and we talked about it was rushing. It felt really rushed. The good stuff about Winter felt rushed, and the bad stuff was really fucking too long for my, likings.
Heart, soul, and emotions.
Yeah. So yeah. And somehow we've got to the end of the list.
Yeah. Quite interesting. I was expecting to...
It's interesting because obviously the MCU stuff we spoke about a lot longer after the thing and whatever, so we ended up rambling a lot more, but we spoke about all of these episodes. I mean, except for the early ones because that wasn't week to week at that point because someone wasn't paying for now. But, yeah. Bradley reined in my rambling at the end there. He was done with my bullshit.
Let me send you over mine just for the sake of,
continuity.
Yeah.
That's not what that word means, but let's fucking go with it.
That'll do. It's close enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right.
Continuity. Boom.
Shall we talk Last of Us 2 now, then?
Yeah, there wasn't anything else, was there?
Well, I mean, we got to the end of the lists, is all.
No, I meant of anything else. Was there any other topics that
Black
you wanted
Canary
to touch on?
Club. Sorry, just noticed that there.
Black Canary Club? Oh,
Yeah.
right, yes.
Look at that.
Yeah, yeah. I guess she left town.
Hmm. Besides, you know I need therapy now.
Yes. Unless you want to talk the Batman movies, or we could save that for next week.
Oh, I guess. Yeah, let's save that for next week then.
Yeah, because we've had a big topic. We've had a big ranking this episode. Let's do that next week.
Hmm. So, Last of Us 2. Yeah, in just 2 short hours you can go from being excited to start the second part of the story to feeling unimaginable anguish, but you know, that's how it be sometimes.
Are you glad that I made you play the funeral and the wake?
Yes.
Closure was needed.
Yeah, I would have been
Devastated, crying in bed all night.
Yeah. So, like, some things that I want to mention is some of the changes to the gameplay. For example, the addition of being able to hold down crouch to go prone,
Yes.
a la Metal Gear Solid, the dodge on the
on the run button.
L1. Yeah, dodge on the run button really changes the way melee kind of functions. And it's a welcome addition. I always appreciate having a dodge button.
Yes, because, you know, especially when dealing with infected, when, you know, if one got close to you, you were fucked in the first one if you didn't have a, you know, especially if it was a clicker, if you didn't have a melee weapon, you know...
Oh, kiss your ass goodbye.
Yeah, even the runners were going to kill you because it just takes too many hits to put them down.
Thing where they just slap you a bunch and your life bar's going down and you're thinking, oh god.
We got a Xander.
Oh.
I have no audio, so I hope you said bye back. We didn't bye. Hi.
Wait, he's got no audio, so he can't hear us.
No, so he's ironically doing the opposite of he's watching the game, which I've turned off all dialogue and music. It's just got sound effects, so he's turned that off, and he's not hearing us unless he's got some
audio choices aside.
Questionable taste.
Why?
He could turn on subtitles. He's probably at work.
Oh yeah, subtitles.
Oh, he's on the train. Oh no, wait, there aren't any subtitles on until afterwards.
Oh,
it can't subtitle live, can it?
No, it can't. That would be quite impressive, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe they should add that in next. Wait, where was I? Oh yeah, I was talking last.
You were talking about the dodge button and the run button. I like that it makes sense that there's basically a movement button, you know, it's like dodge and run, so you can go from doing one to the other really quickly.
Yeah. I find it likely that, you know, I mean, prone hasn't come up much other than exploration so far, but I do think it's going to be a very important tool for stealth, especially against,
well, it just adds so many more options to you for getting around and staying hidden, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And,
oh god, I can't wait to go up to, like, a crow's nest with a nice big old scoped sniper rifle and just, like, go into prone. Pew, 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 pew. I don't know if that happens ever, but I'd like to see
You can't mark like Uncharted 4, unfortunately. Bling, bling, bling.
Yeah, that did end up sounding like...
Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. That was a bit of a, when I showed my dad Uncharted 4, he didn't really remember much. After all the hours I spent showing him that entire bloody game, all he could remember was the South African accent of the enemies. Going, I thought I saw something. And then...
Laura Bailey's...
Yeah, and all the, all the other enemy, the NPC, just general enemies without names. Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. The subtitle for that bit is just going to be O dash O dash O dash.
Yeah.
Because YouTube don't subtitle swear words. But whenever I mention Uncharted 4, my dad just immediately makes the marking sound. Yeah, that. He just go bling, bling, bling. He thinks he's hilarious. Kind of like you, actually.
Oh, ouch! The pain. I deserve it, though.
Yeah, you deserve it this week.
Those jokes, scare quotes, jokes I started doing. Oh, dash! That's weird.
What?
Oh,
I'll tell you this now because it's not taught to you, but there is a very good, effective move where you go from sprinting you can do a sprint jump prone thing.
Oh really?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
But
try that out.
It's quite difficult to do, and you don't get taught it. So I only found out from a podcast where someone was talking about it. And how useful it is to get into cover really quickly if you get discovered. So, that was that. Yeah, but I thought I'd just mention that. In prep, for you.
Thank you for mentioning that.
Yes. So, you wanted to talk about... the gameplay? Additions? Is there anything else that they added that you liked? Oh, they've got you pick up in real time now.
That's it.
Well, I mean, because previously it did the Uncharted thing where it appears in a little menu, all the pickups. Now that when you pick up a little document, you hold it, don't you?
Yeah, of course. Sorry, for some reason I thought you were talking about resources,
Oh no! The artifacts,
alcohol, rags, and stuff.
Yeah, no, that's still the same. You don't need to look at a med pack or a bottle of alcohol 500 times over the course of this game.
Imagine that you're just 10 hours in.
Imagine if they branded each different one so you can get 50 different types of alcohol.
Oh my god.
Naughty Dog would do that. Their attention to detail is insane.
So wait, where was I? Yeah. So the changes to the gameplay I am liking so far. Oh yeah, the jump. I managed to forget about the jump, because you can just jump whenever instead of just at the edge of a ledge in order to jump over to something else, which I am not yet sure of what use it will be, but I'm sure it will make sense eventually.
I thought you could just jump in The Last of Us 1.
Can you? Oh, if you can, I managed to...
I don't think you can just jump on the spot, but you can jump in a direction. I'm fairly sure.
Oh.
I'm paranoid now. Don't hold me to that fact.
Could they have added that? Have you played Part 1 recently then? The remake?
The remake, yeah, but I remember being, I do remember it on the remaster because I've, only played the remake twice.
Yeah, we have played that a week or two ago anyway, so there's
yeah, the remastered, I played a lot more.
So yeah, story.
Now we get to the interesting bit.
Yeah. So one thing that stuck out to me was that I was, you know, with all of the you know, shit that Ellie had to go through in the first game.
Yeah.
The fact that she's at the well, maybe not at the center, but you know, just experiencing some teen romance drama at the start of this game is a very nice throwback to her saying in the infamous argument scene, looking at that diary and saying, "Is this all they had to worry about?" And now she's the one worrying about it, which you know.
Well, just all of the stuff with yeah, don't fuck up your friendship, don't fuck up your friendship.
Yeah, because you know she's
obviously very conflicted with the deaner of it all.
Yeah, and there's Jesse as well, and there's something of a love triangle-ish thing going on there, but I don't think it's gonna. I think that's maybe a love triangle that existed in the past, because it seems clear that he's. I mean, he seems to be amicable enough with Dina, and he in fact seems to support the two of them being together. So I don't see much drama coming from that. Like it seems to just be a nice, wholesome relationship.
Yeah, Jesse's very chill, and as Dina was saying, it's like they were on autopilot.
Yeah. So no one's feelings were really hurt per se when they broke it off.
We're gonna do this fucking live.
So he's so the. I mean, it opens up with Joel talking to Tommy about all the fireflies you had to shoot to save Ellie.
Yeah, I do love that intro.
And he's like, Jesus Christ, Joel, which I can kind of, I didn't get at the time, but like I realised in hindsight he was a firefly.
Well, you know, they did mention a couple of times that Tommy used to run with them.
Yeah. So they're probably definitely a lot more humanised to him than they are to Joel.
Although, at the same time, they're probably not the ones he served with, and...
Oh, yeah.
You know, and Tommy does turn around and say, I can't say I would have done anything differently.
Yeah, that is true.
Though, at the same time, I do always wonder what Tommy would have done if he had, you know, actually taken Ellie the rest of the way.
Yeah,
you know, whether he would have saved her because he fought, you know, for Joel. Or... Oh my god, I just did it with absolutely no fucking volume.
No way. How? How did you do that with no volume?
So absolutely no fucking audio for the voices or dialogue.
For the audio thing?
Yeah, no dialogue, no volume. It's
Did
all
you
the
just
way.
wing that?
Yeah.
I mean, like, was that just luck?
No, I guess I've just done it enough times. I know the approximate place where you're supposed to do it.
So you didn't just stick the stuff in a random direction and then it turned out to be right?
No, so I knew the basic area from previous playthroughs, but that said, I thought I knew that with Harley and I got it wrong about 4 times. I got like 97 like 4 times, but it was, no, I got Simon Stagg first time without any fucking dialogue. Oh, that's so funny.
Anyway,
yep. talking about Tommy.
Tommy, yes, and we were saying, would he have done the same thing?
Would he have saved Ellie, or would he have honoured the mission and the Fireflies? Perhaps.
Yes. And of course, that at the end of the day there, so to speak, you get a nice shot of Jackson and all of that. Joel goes back, to Ellie's.
Yeah.
And she's a little bit frosty with him, and I wonder if she knows. It seems to me like she knows. Even that was a flashback bit, but it seems like she's. I mean, she's not angry at him per se, from what I understand. It's just that it's more that she's rather understandably upset that the journey didn't really conclude and go anywhere, and actually it was somewhat all for nothing, which she was afraid of it being. And yeah, then we go, okay, that was an interesting slide. Then we get more of then we change to Ellie, and she's going on a patrol, and we get the whole thing with Jesse coming out and being like, "What, you kissed her?" Oh, I'm just kidding. The stuff the kind of bait and switch. Oh, there's gonna be drama. Oh, never mind. He's a chill guy. And it isn't like that.
It's like, you kissed Dina? I don't care, man. Get up.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, he seems like a
Jesse
really
fucking
cool
rolling out the bait and switch straight away.
Which is it's. Funnily enough, I feel like that's the only time it could ever work for the audience, because
because we don't know
him,
Jesse.
Yeah, because we don't know him. Yeah.
Although at the same time, it's still it still fooled Ellie, and she's known him for ages.
I suppose that's true. That's true. But it is a very strong.
The militia put a fucking guy in a thing. Jesus.
Oh, you making a tyrant here or what?
What the fuck? Jesus Christ! The militia put this guy in a tank to die.
That is kind of messed up. Well, actually, it's more than kind of messed up.
Unless he wasn't a doctor, he was this was one of the patients being experimented on by the doctors. In which case, fuck them. But I mean, until we actually know. Now, where is little cowardy boy?
Little cowardy boy.
I normally try and finish this Predator sequence right here, but I just didn't this time. So, oh no, fuck.
Yes.
And obviously Ellie is the talk of the town that morning.
Yeah, yeah.
And for her troubles, she gets some bigot sandwiches.
Bigot sandwiches, which she immediately gives to Jesse. I'm sure he'll enjoy them. Oh, it's Simon Stagg.
Which does beg the question, though, what happened to, what do Ellie and Dina eat?
Oh, I mean, I guess they bought some stuff already?
Yeah. Although I guess Ellie is used to not eating for long stretches of time when she and Joel are on the road, so...
Yeah.
I guess. She's, it's like survival. I don't know. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, they do their patrol, and you fight a bunch of zombies.
Infected, yeah. You totally stealthed it as well. You did very well for your first time in that open library bit, where you did all of the infected individually, stealth. I normally throw a brick into the center and then wait till they all come together and throw a firebomb.
Oh, that's pretty smart, actually.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't always get all of them, and if it doesn't, then you're fucked because then they're alerted.
I guess so.
So it's a high risk, high reward solution.
Mm. Yeah,
But
I think it was
yeah,
Ghost of Tsushima or something that really made me think, God, stealth's really useful, actually.
I just went the wrong way.
Totally changed the way I thought about it, because now I'm like, well, if I screw up the stealth, at least I've taken some of them out.
Yeah.
Like, every extra one I take out feels like a victory. Which, in a way, it is. And then sometimes you just get all of them in stealth, and it's like, oh, great. I didn't have to... I didn't take any damage, by definition. And, yeah. That was cool. But, yeah, they patrol their patrol and, kinda, sorta flirt along the way a bit.
Kinda, sorta.
Yeah. Not kinda, sorta at all. They flirt. They
You
flirt
you
along.
you did miss the dialogue bit where because they talk about movies and Ellie says she's gonna watch that new Curtis and Viper with Joel,
Yeah.
but Dina asks if Ellie reckons there's people still making movies even now, and new movies, and Ellie says, well, I'm writing and making new music, and Dina's like, there's original Ellie mute songs, and Ellie's like, yeah, and Dina says, well, maybe after I get back from the snowball fight and you've watched that film with Joel, maybe we can get together and you can play me one of those songs. And
I
Ellie
see.
says, I'd like that. I think that's one of the really heart-wrenching bits about that first opening is...
The fact that they never got to go back and listen to those songs.
Well, Ellie and Dina talk about so many things that they want to do, and, Ellie never gets to watch that film with Joel, and they never get to, really hang out and become a couple in the way that they were planning to, probably. And as you said, Dina doesn't get to hear those songs that night, and it's all these things, all these just normal life that gets totally thrown out the fucking window. Yeah, it's real. It's like it's all this stuff that you don't notice the first time, but when you know what's coming, and you hear those bits of dialogue again, it's like, fuck. So, yeah.
Oh, wow. The Joker just doing a dive.
A good old pirouette off the, thingy-majig. Patience is the key here. God, this is really weird without the dialogue. Just really creepy sounds. How would you like to go on?
How would I like to go on? I would like to go on and say,
Do you want to talk about the elephant?
The elephant being the golf club.
The opposite perspective. Maybe let's not talk about the golf club. It's such a joke from the other side. It doesn't really help. There's more to it than, obviously you play as Abby. How did that feel?
Well, I kind of expected that she was going in for what she was going in for.
Yeah. Did you know from spoilers or leaks or anything that Joel was going to die?
I strongly suspected it.
Yeah, I mean I was the same. There was mad leaks about a week before, and loads of people it was a real shame. But luckily Bryn warned me there were leaks, and so I basically just basically stayed off social media and was really lucky to completely avoid them.
Good move. Yeah.
So I was very lucky in that respect.
Yeah, I was, because funnily enough, when I started playing as well, I was like, you know, okay with it, because while I did expect that he'd be dying, I don't know, the way it happened was kind of.
I was expecting him much closer to the end.
Well, yeah, for one,
yeah,
much closer to the end, and two, what I was expecting from her was that, and then what was going to happen, I was expecting that especially since they meet by him saving her, I was kind of expecting at least a moment of pause.
I think the main pause is when she hears their names.
Yeah.
And she like looks at them, stunned.
Yeah, and just absolute. You know, because I didn't know her character at the time. I didn't know she was so sadistic at the time. But then she does that, and I'm like, wow, okay, that's what you're going for. Going to torture him to death.
No, it's not something I enjoy reliving, honestly.
Yeah.
Every playthrough I did started from where you left off for a long time, and playing that opening bit again was very uncomfortable when I did decide to do that. It's powerful, I guess. You know, not I guess, it is. It's emotional, and it shows, you know, the success of the first game in making you care for these characters. How did this make you feel, Bradley?
Just questioning what I don't know about the story to come, you know? Because, I mean, I don't know, it feels too simple for her to have been so, you know, sadistic in that moment, and yet there's got to be more to her story than what's going on there. And I just think, how is she going to come to regret this decision, and is it going to haunt her a bit? Maybe kind of paralleling the way that Joel's, you know, lying to Ellie sort of seemed, especially in the opening, it seemed like, you know, his thing to Tommy there was, you know, almost something of a confessional.
Yeah.
So I wonder if she's gonna realise that she's not quite so different from the man she insisted on killing. Because of course there's quite clear
comparison
between Jerry and Abby, yes, Joel and Ellie, and she's just gone and done the same thing that was done to her, basically. Someone else, the innocent third party. But yeah, I, as of yet, don't know what's going to come next.
It's all coming. That's all I can say, unfortunately. It's possibly the hardest bit to talk about because, as mentioned.
Yeah, I bet you're. I bet you'd love to say some
I am
things.
fucking biting my tongue, mate. It's like I suggested this.
Oh my god, you're right about this. Oh my god, you're wrong about that. You know,
not thinking about, like I'd suggested this, not thinking about all the shit that we can't actually say, and I especially can't even give any fucking hints about currently because.
Yeah. If there's one thing that I'm fairly certain is going to happen, it's that at some point on Dina and Ellie's journey, they're going to get caught up by Jesse. Jesse's going to catch up with them. That's what I'm hoping, because I just feel like it'd be such a waste to introduce that character and have him be so likeable and fun, and then not use it in the rest of the game.
But then again, that is what they did with Tommy. In the first game.
That is what they did with Tommy.
He popped up, was the cool little brother, and then vanished.
Oh well. If he does show up, he does show up. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But I would be pleasantly surprised to see him, that's for sure. Oh yeah, and there's the rest of Abby's crew, because one of them in particular was quite aggressive towards Joel, and spat on him after he was killed. So I imagine that. I mean, they all must know
what Joel did. Yeah. So the question is.
Oh wait, are they on Fireflies? No, wait, they're not Fireflies. They said WLF. They've got patches on their thing that say WLF or something. So unless that's an offshoot or something. I don't know. I'll find out tomorrow, I guess.
Oh yes. Oh,
so many questions. So many questions I want answered.
The question is, do you deserve the answers? Anything else we should cover?
Not off the top of my head.
You could tell me what you thought of the Lego Batman in and of itself.
In and of itself.
And we will do the ranking next time.
Yeah, it was a very fun, funny, like kind of playful parody, like a well-meaning parody of all of the Batman stuff, and we had the Batman in that in that movie, or Lego Batman, I suppose. he's he's all of the yes, but he's also all of the memes about Batman.
Yeah,
God, he could if you give Batman enough time, he'll come up with a plan to
I love
every villain in DC and all of that.
I do love the opening where Joker's like, "Someone stop him before he starts singing."
Yeah, I really liked Joker in that movie. He wasn't very Joker, but he was very
good.
Sympathetic.
Yeah, it's like I guess I'm not just fighting one person at the moment. I like to fight around.
Yeah, that
it's the allegory of it being a relationship, which has been a thing in the past.
And the bits where Batman's saying
You're nothing to me. We don't. There is no us. There's no special thing between us, and it keeps switching between. Yeah, it keeps shot reverse shotting Batman and
Yeah,
Joker.
so you see
And
his
Joker
sad
just
face.
starts looking more and more upset, and it looks like he's gonna cry. And I thought, wow, I can't believe I feel so bad for the Joker. And funnily enough, that ended up being his motivation throughout the whole movie.
It was just to get noticed
Yeah.
and acknowledged.
by Batman.
Also, this was the only time that a Barbara Gordon relationship with Batman wasn't really creepy, because she was actually an adult.
Hmm.
I don't know why they felt the need to do Barbara as a cop and an adult when, you know, there are other love interests that Batman's had whose job professions have never been that significant to the characters, so they could have made one of them a cop and not had Jim Gordon's daughter be his love interest again. But I guess they did want her to become Batgirl, so, you know, whatever. But again, at the same time, Selena was right there. I mean, she didn't have a line that wasn't meow, but, you know.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, don't they usually have a thing? I love you, but I don't want to get close to you because it's dangerous and this and
because
that
you're
and
a villain, technically.
And also you're a villain.
Yeah, it's, you know, whatever.
Yeah,
Batman lets her off.
Bits where the where the other franchise characters, you know, Voldemort comes in, Sauron comes in,
Daleks come in.
Daleks come in.
I love the bit where it's like British.
Ask your British nerd friends.
Yeah, British robots. It's just how they're described. Robots. That's it.
Yeah, British robots, which doesn't quite describe it. Robin, I found incredibly endearing in that movie.
Yes, this is the only film that I've ever liked Michael Cera in.
Oh,
possibly,
really?
Possibly because I didn't have to see his stupid puppy dog face, but and his voice fit quite well with that Robin character.
Yeah.
Also, kind of weird that they made him Nightwing, but he had like weird wings. They took that. They took that a bit. They took that a bit literally. But yeah, Michael Cera was in Scott Pilgrim, and then I read the Scott Pilgrim books. And though I love the movie, I hate the fact that they chose Michael Cera to play. Is there another Riddler trophy up here? Yes, there fucking is. What is with this fucking guy? His stupid fucking bowler hat.
Yeah.
But yeah, what? I mean, we've just spotted. I think it has the best. It possibly my favorite opening to a film ever, with the transporting like a MacGuffin amount of bombs over Gotham, and it's like, and they list all the bomb types, like classic cartoon bombs, and then they do and two best friends.
Yeah. Even further back, I was sold on the tone of the movie the moment we had a black screen and Batman says, a black screen. All important movies start with a black screen.
Yeah.
So,
and logos.
It's gonna be
lots
that.
and lots of logos.
It's gonna be one of those films.
And then he says, "What's up, man? What? Fight me, bro." When he's like, DC, the house that Batman built. Oh wait, let's not do that. I think, because I think there's more things for me to get in here. This is a real pain to come back and do post game, so I'm just trying to get all the Riddler bullshit here before. Aha! A door I didn't see. Oh fuck. Yeah,
the choice of songs throughout the movie was, you know, I liked all of them. It was very much a catchy film.
Yeah.
the ending song was.
I wasn't so keen on the ending song. The credit song felt a bit like kiddie second attempt to Everything Is Awesome.
Yeah, it was a bit like toothache sweet. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like dial it back just a little bit.
It felt weirdly like there's this Christmas film, which is a really good Christmas film. I think is it After Christmas? But for some god awful reason, they had fucking Justin Bieber do a Christmas song cover.
Oh God!
At the very end.
That sounds painful.
And like, it's a great film, but that, just as the film ends and into the credits, it's not what you really want to hear.
Not exactly.
I'm speaking personally. I might be biased, but
I can't say I disagree with you though.
Yeah.
Not that I've seen it myself, but I imagine this is how I'd react if I did see it.
Yeah, you can trust me on this. Over the last time someone said that, we had the Master as Prime Minister for a while, so. Was that the Master who said that you could trust me on this? Trust me on this. It was Doctor Who. It was not. I don't actually. It might have been someone else. I can't remember.
I mean, the Master being the Prime Minister, that was John Sim, wasn't it?
That was John Sim. Yeah, it was definitely Tennant era. Trust me on this. Trust me on this. Oh, it might have been Pete Tyler actually in the other universe. That might be what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, because I haven't seen either of the other two Lego movies. But are these actually like CG? Are they animated?
Yeah.
That is insane. Like, because some of the movements and things.
Well, they do it
look like stop motion.
Yeah, they do it to make it look like realistic stop motion, as opposed to the other Lego films, which are like rubbery Lego.
Because some parts, I mean, obviously in some parts where there's like an explosion and it's not a Lego explosion, but sometimes you get a fire there and it's just some Lego brick fires, or some water or something, and I'm just thinking, is this stop motion or did they just really meticulously, and like the way the amount of frames that they put on some of the movement. They're very, very.
No, you should watch the other two Lego films, because like two's not as good as one, but it is surprisingly good. Also, it has a random Elliott Smith name drop.
Oh, okay. When you say random, do you mean random?
Really random, yeah. They might even play a bit of one of his songs. I'm not sure if they just name him or play a bit of one of his songs. I can't remember. It is really funny because, obviously, like, been surrounded by Elliott Smith songs since I was a kid. I destroyed all these fucking gravestones. That was not a good sentence to say online, was it? It's like, why have they respawned?
It's like it's like something you'd hear on the Batman Riddler's YouTube stuff.
Oh wow! Oh dear.
That was equal parts creepy and hilarious. That scene. It was like, oh, guys, thanks so much for subscribing and all the support. And it's like, you're planning to bomb like a bunch of
Hey guys!
so nonchalant about this. Be more chalant. Be more chalant.
Why has Dick Grayson entered the chat?
Yeah.
Oh, and we've got another episode of Young Justice tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sweet. If anyone wants to watch along with us, we are on episode 14 or 15.
It can't be that already, can it?
Weren't we on 13 last time? Did we watch 13? We did do a double one week. And we did a double the first week and again 2 weeks ago. shit.
Yeah, it's actually 14 next. I can't believe it. Oh, at least the series is nice and long.
Yes, it's what, 22 episodes?
26?
Oh wow, okay, yeah, great, we've got. So, what are we on now? 14?
Yeah, 14 is up next.
Sweet. So, yeah, so we're... Oh shit, halfway there. So, yeah. What the fuck? Why did I get a Riddler? A Riddler death card? Did Riddler control those drones? I think not. I think one of his challenges was in that area, so it must have been one of his challenges was in that area, so it must have been a glitch that because I died over one of his levels. It's not going to help now, but I want that. I think we'll wrap up after this fight scene.
Okay. Oh yeah, I just remembered because we were talking Young Justice, and Young Justice features Artemis, and Artemis is a character.
Yeah.
And I just remembered that then that in the most recent episode of Arrow, Evelyn's been going by the code name Artemis.
Yes.
So.
She's using the name, but it's not. I don't think it's bloody hell. I went to low armor very quickly. I don't think it's actually supposed to be even a version of that character, which I'm really glad of because I don't particularly like what they do for Evelyn. That's just a personal thing. You'll probably be like, oh yeah, this is fucking cool. But for me, because I like the Young Justice Artemis so much, it was like I didn't actually realize that because it's been so long. I thought it was just Artemis and Artemis. I didn't realize she had a different name to her code name in the show, which I guess makes sense because being called Artemis in real life and as a code name is kind of liable to not go well in Young Justice, but fuck it. So is there a connection? I mean, Arrow family, same code name. It's up to your own interpretation, really.
Okay.
If you want to link the two characters, you can. Jesus Christ! I took so much damage there. Tell me, have you any idea what's going on screen right now, by the way? Have you looked at the sky in game?
Yeah, cloudburst went off and now all of the gas is all over the place.
Yep.
So, yeah, also Poison Ivy is doing a thing that...
She's trying to basically get all the plants to absorb the fear toxin.
Oh.
But she's also using her... She's somewhat helping me here. We should have done... Oh, fuck.
That's a lot of drones that you're surrounded by.
Yep.
I suppose that doesn't really help, does it?
No.
Hey, you want low life, why don't you do that thing where you go into the menu and get an upgrade that increases your life so that you get full life or something?
That would have been a good idea.
Oh.
Might have been a tad too late.
Oh.
I was cornered.
God damn that stream lag.
This is why I wanted to clear those gravestones out of the way, because they make it fucking hard to shoot. You shoot one of them, and it takes the bullet for the bloody tanks. I'm not being very pragmatic with my... I think I'm staying too much in the middle here when I can actually move out.
Yeah, use some cover and stuff. Or do you have to be around that area?
We have to be around the church so Ivy can help her, otherwise she'll moan at me.
Oh, like that. You have to stay close to the churchyard, Batman. Square times 10 missile barrage level 4.
By the way, I think you'll have a nicer time with part 2 tomorrow, because Seattle Day 1 is kind of... Well, you know, that section you're about to play is quite, you know, it's meant similar to the funeral and the wake to be a bit of a, almost a kind of moving you past what just happened.
Okay, that sounds good.
They do know what they're doing.
Yeah, so I suppose it's unlikely we're gonna get jumped by some infected and stuff. I mean, that's always a risk in Last of Us, but you know, they did pretty well with them in the patrol.
Yeah, and you did very well with the stealth, so... Oh my god. Is it just me, or are there a lot more enemies than I remember? I definitely want to be fresh for the next section, which is why I'm going to leave it after this boss fight. After this fight, even. Nope. I hate it when I shoot the plants because Ivy's chosen that time to pick up a tiny drone that I'm just about to shoot for some energy. Because it's actually useful to, you know, when you've lined up a shot to actually be able to kill the fucking things, because then you get energy to do your special moves. Okay, two drones left.
One thing I was impressed by was when those rope physics on the...
Yes.
Talking about ropes again. Just like on Uncharted. I'm
Oh,
always
do
going
not...
and being like, rope swing!
God, it put me into slow motion at the worst fucking time when I was trying to shoot those little missile things.
Oh. I see. That was... sketch.
Oh, Batman was bobbing up and down. Oh.
Batman! Stop acting like a hero, Batman! Shut up, Jason!
Alfred, raise the bridges. He's not getting off this island. Surely the Batwing's equipped with missiles, yeah?
Yeah, let's just carpet bomb him. Just carpet bomb him.
Just fucking destroy the fucker from space. Alright, that'll do. We last say less than 1 minute ago. I definitely need my energy for the next section, so we'll pick that up next week, I suppose.
Yep. And then we'll actually rank the Batman movies.
We'll rank the Batman movies after, yeah. A very, basically where we just said, I like that about the Lego movie, I like that about the Lego movie, I like that about the Lego movie. I'm amazed you never see the other two. They were, you know, especially the first one was really fucking big.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was all over the place.
But not in your house.
No, you remember, I don't watch movies. Or I
oh,
didn't watch
fuck, yeah,
movies.
I forgot you didn't watch movies until, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know what you did with your time. Reading books? Ugh, pah. Alright, we're gonna end the stream now, Xander. If you came back for more than just, the game, nothing but
Literally just the
the screen.
gameplay.
Yeah, but even
Yeah.
gameplay without, like, audio, as I turn that stuff off. Alright, goodbye.
Bye.